I'll explain first. I'll show first how my app works, and then I'll explain how the algorithm behind this app later. So first, let's run this. It will ask the student's name, which is and then it will ask for the quiz score. If you enter higher number than the highest score you can achieve, it will ask again, because the highest score you can get is only 50. So and then if you enter, for example, number lower than 0, it will and it will ask again, because 0 is the lowest score you can achieve. For example, let's try -16, which is invalid, and then let's try valid number, which is 45. It will go to ask midterm score. Let's try value that exceeds 60, 70. We'll ask again. Then let's try negative 18. It's still invalid. And let's try a valid number, which is 60. Then wala, negative 10, invalid. 91, invalid. Then let's try 88, 89. It proceeds to calculate the final grade, which is Ryan's midterm grade is 98.78, which is equivalent to 1, because in the table 97 to 100 is equivalent to 1. Then it will proceed to ask you if you want to continue. If I press 1, it will continue. Then if I press 0, it will exit. But if I, for example, enter none of the choices, for example 6, it will throw an invalid response and will ask you again. Let's try 1. Then ask again for the student's name, which is Kobe Ryan. You can also accept twice places. The score, which is 50, midterm 60, laboratory is 12.23. Then we calculate again this rate, midterm exam rate, and laboratory rate. It will add those 3. Then Kobe Ryan's midterm grade is 85.111. Which is equivalent to 2. You want to repeat your grade again, press 0 for no. So this is the algorithm behind this. I'll explain first this main part. So here I initiate variables, which is string for name, string, which is name, called name, float value, which holds quiz score. The scores, it's called quiz score, mid score, lab score, quiz rate, mid rate, and lab rate. Boolean, that called loop, because this is used for looping later, and then bool again for or this is used when I ask if you want to continue or not. So first I print out enter student's name, then get line, which accepts seen as and name as parameter. This name replaces this, then it will print out an empty space, and then it will ask the quiz score. Then user inputs quiz score, and then it will go in this function, which is called validator callback, that takes for parameter, which is 1, quiz, score, loop, and quiz. I'll explain this. This validator callback is located here. So basically what this does, it checks if, so first I'll explain this validator function because this validator callback calls this validator function. So this validator function returns a Boolean value. That's why it's the type of this function is Boolean. It takes two parameters, which is case num, which is integer, and float, which is score. Then I use switch case here, and then I pass this case num parameter, so that if I pass here, for example 1, it will go here. And this just checks if the score exceeds or is more than the high score or below 0. If it is, it will return false and then it will ask again. So this validator returns a Boolean value. So if this validator returns false, it will fall here, which is a do while loop. So this loop will run until this loop becomes false. It will ask for a valid number. This type test is like this. It's like to identify this printed line. Then it will get the score, and if the score is still false, it will continue the do while loop. This continue. It will continue this again, do while loop. Then if it's not, if it's true, it will end the loop and makes this false, and it will end the loop. So that's what it's done. Then this quiz rate is equals to quiz and quiz score. This quiz function takes one parameter, which is the quiz score that the user enters. So what this quiz does is here. It's just calculate the grade of the student. These three are the same. I can just make it to one function, but I'm too tired to tag yung i-refactor. Yun na yun, ganun din. And then so basically these three do the same. Just validator callback, then it will the quiz rate, then ini-store yung quiz. Parang ito ay converter lang itong quiz function, meter function, function, and lab function. Converter lang sila yun. Tapos dito sa in here, the quiz rate, it displays the converted grade, yung na-complete na grade, and it just displays this. Then this adds the 3, then and I stored it in this final grade for easier printing. Then I print out the name, midterm, then final grade, which is this, and then which is equivalent to convert. This convert function takes the final grade as parameter here. This is just a bunch of if statement. This is the table. Turn on. Then this is the question where I ask if you want to compute again the grid, which is also a go-to loop. If you choose one, it will go to as repeat. Okay. It go from here, and it will go to this as repeat. Then it will show this again. If not, it will return exit success, which ends the program. That's my thank you.